The Watermark at the Pearl offers a pet-friendly urban environment for older adults that also includes on-site wellness and dining. Located in Portland's vibrant Pearl District, the Watermark redefines expectations for senior living. Every day brings enriching opportunities to live fully with connection, creativity, meaning, and purpose. So if you or a loved one are looking for independent or assisted living and/or memory care, visit portlandwatermark.com today. Your story continues at the Watermark at the Pearl. Breakside Brewery is having a month-long holiday pop-up at their Deacom location in Northeast Portland. It's open every day, 11:30 a.m. to 9 p.m. Each week has different themes, from home for the holidays to a very trashy Christmas. And there's also festive food and events like bingo and wreath making and pictures with the Grinch. It's open to all ages, no reservations are required. For more details, head over to breakside.com/events. That's breakside.com/events. Last summer, Portland City Council approved increasing our water and sewer utility bill by over 6%. It was the highest rate increase the city has seen in more than a decade, and they're forecasting even higher rates in the next few years. So today on CityCast Portland, we're talking to the interim director of our city's water bureau, Quisha Light, about why our water bill is so expensive. She's also sharing details on the ongoing project that aims to future-proof our water supply and is giving tips on what we can do to mitigate costs in the meantime. It's Tuesday, December 9th. I'm Claudia Meza, and this is what Portland's talking about.
Hey there, it's senior producer Julia Fiaioni, jumping in real quick with an important reminder. It's day 2 of our year-end membership campaign, and we're inviting listeners to become CityCast Portland neighbors right now. In 2026, we want Portland to feel like a place where people know each other a little better and care a little more. The CityCast Portland Neighbors program is how we're trying to make that all happen. Our neighbors are people who celebrate what makes this place special and care about the issues shaping our city. They're the recent transplants like me 4 years ago who are looking to get involved, and longtime residents who bring years of local knowledge and snarky side-eyeing to the table. If that sounds like you, join us at membership.citycast.fm and help make this city feel more like one big neighborhood. For just $10 a month or $100 a year, you'll get access to exclusive events where you can meet us and other neighbors in real life and maybe even get into a friendly debate about who really makes the best pizza in town, your favorite bus line, or even why you still don't use an umbrella. So join us at membership.citycast.fm for all of this and more. Now back to the conversation.
Portland is routinely one of the top 10 American cities whose citizens have to pay the most for water. My sources are Google, so you could just be like right now, like, what are you talking about? But this is a list that included cities, in drought-stricken California and Honolulu, like a literal island surrounded by salt water. But that wasn't always the case. Why are Portlanders' water bills so expensive right now?
Look, I want to start by saying I know that bill increases at this point anywhere can be a hardship for people, right? But one of the things that I think that we do critical work, and that's providing safe, clean drinking water to nearly 1 million people. And that is getting more expensive. And I also want to say that oftentimes when we see these studies talking about Portland's water is more expensive, they don't consider the fact that, 1, we have a quarterly bill, 2, that our bill is combined with water, sewer, and stormwater. And so they lump all of that into a water bill. So it's important that people remember that we have a combined bill and it's a quarterly bill.
Yeah, I could be wrong, but can't you get the water department to do monthly installments instead of quarterly if that lessens the sting?
Oh, Claudia, you're speaking the thing that I so want right now, because we understand that monthly would be so much easier for people to manage. The challenge we have is that we still read our bills. So I have meter readers that go out and read. And I don't have enough meter readers to read where we can give out a monthly bill. But we do have a project happening right now. This is our what we call advanced metering infrastructure project, but it's smart meters. And this will allow us to get daily reads from customers. It will allow us to get to monthly billing. It will allow us to have things like we'll be able to tell a customer that day if they have a leak. Right now, we only know that 90 days later. So we know we need to get there. We are working to get these meters installed. This is one of the projects that I really pushed when I started 3 years ago. This is a major project for us, just like filtration, because it has so much importance for the future, for affordability particularly.
Right. Well, prices have been increasing drastically over the last few years. Should we brace ourselves for yet another increase in the next few years, or are you thinking things have evened out a little? I know you can't predict the future, but I'm just curious.
From what we know now, our forecasts are showing increases. But I do want to say that I think there needs to be some context here. You won't find a utility that's never increasing their bill. Every year, there's always an increase. There are very few utilities that go and don't have an increase just because whether it's the cost for personnel go up because the market changes, inflation changes because of construction prices. All inflation is driving construction increases. But we are going to see rate increases because we have to get some major projects completed. Number one, filtration has to be completed. We need this project. We have to be compliant with federal law. And that project is costly. And we are unfortunately building that project at a time when, coming out of COVID and everything, inflation is just high and construction costs are, you're living in a world buying groceries like I am, right? So it's high. Yeah. So I can't tell customers we won't have an increase.
But will it be drastic as it's been?
Well, I can't say what the increase will be because we don't get to control that. Our city council will decide what that is. We know what we have been forecasting and, what that combined rate increase is going to be for all water services. So I can't say it's going to be drastic. It's going to be this just because we don't get to set it. We get to put forth numbers and say, here's what's needed to run the system reliably and deliver water safely. And then they get to tell us what we get and what we can do.
Gotcha. Let's take a quick break here. And when we come back, let's talk about this filtration project that you keep bringing up.
So if you're running out of time looking for that perfect holiday gift, especially for someone who's long distance, Aura Frames might be just the thing. Not only is it one of the best looking digital frames out there, but it has been named the #1 digital frame by Wirecutter, The Strategist, Wired, and PC Mag. I actually sent one myself as a gift for my mom, and she loves it. I'll send her pics, she can send them to me. You can even upload videos to the frame. And right now, for a limited time, you can save on this perfect gift by visiting auraframes.com and getting $35 off their best-selling Carver mat frames. You just have to use promo code CityCast when you check out. That's auraframes.com and use the promo code CityCast. Now, this deal is exclusive to our listeners, and the frames do sell out. So order yours now to make sure you get it in time for the holidays. And please, support the show by using that promo code CityCast at checkout. Terms and conditions apply.
This episode is sponsored by Babbel. The idea of learning a new language can be scary. I felt overwhelmed by that. I bet you have too. I'm CityCast CEO David Plotz, and studies show that up to 90% of people trying to learn a new language give up. 90%. Fortunately, Babbel's built so it's really easy to get started and really easy to stick with it. They understand that people learn differently. So maybe you can dive into a podcast on Babbel when you don't feel like a quick lesson, or you can speak out loud to get practice in, or you can explore courses based on specific topics and even create your own customized review lists, all within the Babbel app. Babbel has made learning a language all about small steps with real wins and progress you can actually track and feel. Bite-sized lessons that fit easily into your daily routine and are also easy to remember. Just 10 minutes a day is enough to start seeing real results. I've been learning Spanish with Babbel, and it's helped when I've traveled in Mexico, and it helps me eavesdrop on my son and my girlfriend when they speak Spanish to try to fool me. No más, mi corazón. However you learn best, by listening, speaking, reading, or writing, Babbel adapts to your style and keeps you motivated with personalized learning plans, real-time feedback, and progress tracking. And right now, here's a special limited time deal for CityCast listeners. Right now, get up to 55% off your Babbel subscription at babbel.com/CityCast. Get up to 55% off at babbel.com/CityCast. Spelled BABBEL.com/CityCast. Rules and restrictions may apply.
So I heard much of these rising costs are tied to the $2 billion Bull Run filtration project. Is that really true? Is all the increases just because of this filtration project?
No. I mean, increases, again, remember that our bill is a combined bill. So all increases aren't just because of the filtration project. The filtration project in the future is probably going to be driving about a third of the increases that we'll experience. But again, this is a critical project that we have to get done. We don't have a choice because the cost to not do this project is going to be much greater. And we have reached a point now. This project has to be done by September 2027. We are one of 3 or 4 systems that are left uncovered at this point in the country. And the federal government has said we have to do this. We have to deliver this for health reasons. We have to deliver it just to future-proof our system because, I mean, wildfires are happening more often. And if we don't have the Bull Run, that's a significant loss in water resources for us. And with filtration, we can continue to provide that water from the Bull Run along with our groundwater resources. So we need it.
And, you know, there's a lot of New Portlanders that don't understand that we have these like open reservoirs that we have. And so I just need everyone listening to know that a handful of years ago, they shut down a reservoir because they found a teenager peeing in it. I'm sorry, I'm laughing because it's so stupid. But I mean, I used to work. I used to be a water tech at the water department, and I can very safely say, like, that does not matter. Like, you're drinking a lot. You're drinking harsher chemicals. Trust me. But that's a big deal. Like, it's just the not only the actual safety, but the perceived safety. Because I'm like, any weirdo can just do whatever. You know.
Exactly.
So if the end goal is to future-proof our city's water supply, can you explain how this works and why our current system doesn't cut it? Like, is it just that? Is it just because we don't have covers or we need this filtration? Or is there anything else that we're not hearing about?
Well, I mean, you know, I think we're constantly putting out briefings or releasing information about cryptosporidium, right? That's the main reason why that was the first driver here. We need to do this because of cryptosporidium. That is just because we have animals and in the Bull Run, you're going to have cryptosporidium. We need this because filtration can help deal with cancer-causing disinfection byproducts. We can filter those things out of our system. You know, I think people, like I said, between climate change impacts, seismic resilience, and in the event of an earthquake, any of these things can disrupt or cause things to get in the water that we need to be able to filter it out and still be able to provide people drinking water. And I think the other thing that a lot of people don't think about, we think about ourselves in our homes, but we provide water to hospitals. We provide water to, you know, restaurants. These folks need to continue to be able to provide the services that they provide, and our hospitals particularly. So if we're not able to filter our water going forward and the federal government doesn't, and it's like you're not compliant, our hospitals can't use that water, then we're in boil water state. That means we could be in a sustained boil water notice for weeks, months. Hospitals can't function like that. So now we're figuring out how do we transfer people to other hospitals in the area and all these other things. And unfortunately, we've had to go through this long land use process that's also increased the cost of this project for us. But this is necessary for the safety and health of our community.
Yeah. And for those who are just like, Cryptosporidium. That's like a little parasite, and it causes diarrhea.
Yes.
And it comes from
Yes.
animal poop. Just so you're caught up with
Yes.
us.
Thank you. Yes.
Yeah, of course. So there was news that there were delays related to the project due to neighbor complaints. I'm curious if that's the land use
Yes.
issue you brought up, and that there's this ongoing appeal that's happening right now. What are these complaints about?
I mean, I think, you have the thing that I love about Portland or just Oregon, people care about this beautiful natural environment that we have around us. I listened to your Seattle versus Portland. And yes, Seattle has beautiful landscape and all these things, but we have this amazing area and people want to protect those things, right? And so
Yeah.
I get that. This is land, though, that we have owned since the 70s. We bought it with the understanding that we might need it for the future. But those neighbors are dealing with construction
Yeah,
that's
it's loud.
disrupting their lives, right? It's loud, and I get those things. We're dealing with the fact that they're concerned, if some people moved out in those areas because they wanted all the natural environment. They're afraid that us coming in and building this treatment plant removes all that natural environment. Although we have committed to rebuilding more trees than were there before, we're committing ourselves to ensuring that, various creeks and the flow of water and the temperature of water, we're committing ourselves to ensuring that natural environment is not impacted post-construction. And so I get all the reasons why people are trying to protect the environment, but we also need to protect our water source because we've been fortunate to have such a precious heritage in the Bull Run for years. And to not have that water resource is significant for us because our groundwater isn't sufficient. We don't have enough groundwater to meet the needs of our community. We need the Bull Run.
Yeah. The appeal that's in motion right now, how is that impacting the deadline? Because I know the deadline is September 2027.
Yes, that's the deadline. Yes. We're working now. Thankfully, we made it through the last process. So we had a remand. We went to LUBA. They sent it back to deal with this one issue. And then we were successful recently on that one issue. Now the opponents have appealed again. We are hoping that we get a decision soon. But in the meantime, Multnomah County has freed us to continue the work, which is great. But we're looking at what that schedule impact will be at this point.
Right. Okay. I'm not suggesting you do this, but I've been studying the Trump administrations. If you want to get back on track, this is what you do.
Oh, I'm interested now. I'm
Okay.
like pins and needles.
You pretend that you're going to put fluoride in the water. Everyone's going to be just freaked out, running. They're going to be running. They're going to be like, she's putting fluoride in the water. While they're working on that, get that other project done. There you go.
Look at this thing, not this thing.
Yeah. I'm just joking. Hey, and if you get the fluoride in the water, win-win, right? That's
look,
just joking.
you're trying to really put me in the thick of things now.
I'm sorry. There are people right now turning off this pod, and they're just like, I swear to God, if you
I
put
didn't say that.
No,
Claudia said
Claudia
that.
Meza. And you can reach me at john.notoriani@citycast.fm. Let's take a quick break here, and when we come back, let's just talk about, what can be done about these water bills.
It's executive producer John Notarianni here. I love Portland, and I never feel more connected to this city than I do on a cold, rainy night this time of year, when you duck into a warm restaurant and find that the room is just alive with conversation and laughter. That feeling of connection with the city is why we created the CityCast Portland Neighbors program. CityCast Portland Neighbors is a way to support this podcast and keep it going, but it's also a way of getting more out of this city that we all love. When you're a CityCast Portland neighbor, you get an early look at the events that are coming up around town, a chance to shout out local nonprofits or businesses that you love, and you get to join us for members-only experiences around the city. Stuff like our upcoming Neighbors Night that's happening at the Hollywood Theater. It's a deeper way of living in Portland and a way of making local your top priority. You can join the CityCast Portland Neighbors program by going to membership.citycast.fm. That's membership.citycast.fm. And you'll get a Portland beanie. Pretty cool.
This episode is brought to you by Mubi, where you can stream beautiful, hand-picked cinema anytime, anywhere. And right now, you can stream all the episodes of Hal and Harper, created by and starring Cooper Rife, alongside Lily Reinhart and Mark Ruffalo. It's a funny, heartfelt, and sometimes heartbreaking look at the bond between siblings and how growing up together can shape who we become. Critics are calling it profoundly relatable and pitch perfect. They're saying it's your next must-watch. And you can watch all of Hal and Harper and so much more exclusively on Mubi. Try it for free for 30 days on us. Just head over to Mubi.com/CityCast25. That's MUBI.com/CityCast25. So what can Portlanders expect regarding their water bills moving forward? If, you're saying there's going to be increases, but once the project stops, after 2027, maybe a little less?
Well,
Oh, no.
the challenge we have, again, I do recognize it, and I have so much empathy for high bills from my own lived experience. I have it, and I know the hardship because it's not just our bill, right? You're dealing with, electricity bills going up. If you have gas, you're dealing with everything going up. So I really do want people to know I get that and we understand it. And I also hope that we understand that our water and the health of it and the health of our system is worth it. Because I heard a water expert say there's nothing more expensive than a cheaply run water or sewer system.
It's true.
And that is very true. We have low interest loans, federal loans that we've received. We have our bonds that we use to fund these projects. You pay on those things well past the completion of the project. In fact, you don't really start paying on those things until the project is complete. So this isn't a right now thing. This is an ongoing in the future. But so are the benefits, right?
Mhm.
So we constantly say within the Water Bureau, water is so worth it. Allows you to give your baby that healthy bottle of milk. It's what gives you your great cup of coffee. And in Portland, it's what gives you your great beer. So we believe water is worth it, and we know it's expensive, but this is why we do have our financial assistance programs, because for us, affordability isn't just a discount. The way that we're thinking about, and we have been thinking about affordability, is it's a design principle. So when we think about our rates, we're looking at how can we restructure things within our rates? How can we change fees and remove fees and things of that nature that are impacting vulnerable customers? One of the things that's really a lot of utilities are doing now is things like lifeline rates, or making those first few CCFs of water or the first gallons of water cheaper for customers. So to encourage lower usage. And we have our discounts that we offer to those that are in need. And we're looking at how do we restructure even that discount so that we can spread those dollars across more people, because we know the need is increasing. So we offer emergency vouchers, and we're kind of changing some things around, like I said, so that we can try to design a system that allows us to get the rates we need to maintain a safe, reliable system, but also have what we need to invest in affordability.
Right. And we'll link to some of those programs in our show notes for people who are curious.
Yeah.
Because I remember calling once and I was like, why is my water bill so high? Because I live alone. I'm environmentally conscious, machines, everything. I'm like, I don't know what's happening. And I remember they were like, oh, you know what? We can actually bloop, 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 and they
Yes.
figured something out. They're just like, oh, you're actually, how many trees do you have? What's going on here? I remember just going through the rigor.
Oh, you were able to get a clean river rewards and other things.
Yeah. And I feel like
good.
a lot of people don't know about this,
Yeah, a
Um,
lot of people don't.
And I know there's a few of these, programs that the city is offering to lower customers' cost. Which ones would you want someone listening to know about that you're just like, you probably don't know about this? And we kind of talked about the the Rivers one, but like, could you explain? Just like, we don't have to go super deep into it. Like, we'll link to it, but
Yeah,
just
no, I would say the Clean River Rewards, especially for our single family homeowners, it's a really good one to know about because if you're controlling stormwater or managing stormwater on your property, you can get up to a 35% discount on your stormwater portion of your bill. I'd say the other thing that we have is our monthly statement program. So if people are like, look, I just want to be able to break it down into monthly statements. It's not my favorite thing that we do because it can be a little complicated because of our systems. But we have a lot of customers who do want to have that monthly statement and have their bill broken up, and that makes it easier for them to pay. And then I say the other thing that we have is just our general discount program for those that may be at 30% of the median family income or at 60%. So we see this a lot when we're out and at events. A lot of people will, but someone else needs that more than I do. If you need that, you need it, and that's okay. And that's why we're offering these programs. We have things that are just temporary to give you a moment. If you're like, look, just this quarter, I'm having a moment and I need, some payment options, or you're coming out of dealing with health issues. We've been able to work with customers to create a steady payment and then a way for them to, there are times when we may write it off. There are times when they can say they're able to catch up, but we have options. We just need people to contact us and we'll work through the options with you.
I can attest, they just want you to have water. There's like,
we want
that is
people to have water. Yes.
No one is trying to make it hard for you not to have water. Trust me, everybody wants you to have clean, safe water.
Exactly.
So I have an idea for making some money. So before we leave, this is just, okay. You know how everybody has this weird pride about their own water? Like Portland, of course, we have superior water.
Yeah.
We have the best water in all of the United States. But New Yorkers think they have really good water, right? Seattle, for some reason, they think they have good water.
I don't know why they think that.
I don't know why. But, we could go on forever. Every city is like, no, our water. I feel like the only city that's like, oh, we'll set this one out as LA because we all know. I can say that because I grew up in East LA. We're just like, no one drinks the water in LA. Oh, do you like the taste of pennies? Okay, we got the water for you. So we should have a water off. We should have a competition. It's a civic thing where all the cities find a way to make money off of that. And then just like market the hell out of it.
So you're thinking like a big event and we just make it like a water off type of weekend?
Yeah.
Festival style or something?
Yeah, just water. Just like a bake sale, but it's water. And you invite everyone. Everyone pays to get in. Of course, this is definitely the event that's going to cost more than it brings in, I'm sure. But how much fun would that be? Just a water off.
Hey, look, for us to be able to come and let people know once and for all that Portland has the best water, it will be worth it for us to do it.
Right.
Now, whether someone, now I need to figure out, someone may say, is this using water funds wisely? Let me think about how we do that. Maybe we can, but you know what? We could probably get some of our wonderful customers to be sponsors of the event, make it happen. Yeah. All right. Something for us to think about. I like
That's something to think. I mean, there's not enough on your plate. So think about throwing us a big party. Think about that.
Well, and normally I will tell you, like, we do this, but it happens at a conference. And I know the last couple of years we've won. In fact, the Pacific Northwest section, we've won the last couple of years with the best water.
So there is a taste test at these conferences?
We do it at the conferences.
That's amazing. Oh my gosh. I knew it. I knew we had the best water.
See?
Yeah. Now if we can just make those bagels better. Yeah.
Ooh.
Right?
Oh man, if we could get something that gave me Montreal bagels. Oh, I love Canada. The Montreal bagels, those are my favorite.
Okay. Well, I feel like this show sometimes is a wishing machine, so we've put the intention out.
Yes.
Well, thank you so much, Quisha, for taking the time out of your very busy day to talk with us, explain what's going on with the water bill, giving us some options. We really appreciate all the hard work that your team does, and thank you for helping provide the best tasting water in America, clearly.
Thank you. I really appreciate the opportunity and to be able to talk about our excellent water and everything that we're trying to do for our community. So please call us if you need assistance. And thank you, Claudia.
Hi again. It's senior producer Julia Fiaioni dropping in one more time to say thank you to our existing CityCast Portland members and give an extra big thank you to those of you who just joined in. John S., Ed L., Jason P., Stephanie M., Jennifer L., John C., and Janice S. Thank you so very much for becoming a CityCast Portland neighbor this week. Your hip new CityCast Portland beanies will be at your door soon. And if you're still on the fence about joining, just picture this. You bundled up for a crisp winter walk, wearing your fresh new CityCast Portland neighbors exclusive beanie, listening to your favorite weekday conversation about the city you love even more now that you're officially a CityCast Portland neighbor. This could be you, but you have to join now at membership.citycast.fm because these super cozy beanies will be gone by next week. So don't miss out. That's membership.citycast.fm.
That's all for today here on CityCast Portland. Thank you so much for listening. If you enjoyed the show, share it with a friend or rate and leave us a good review. It really helps us out. And don't forget, you can support this show and get some great perks by becoming a CityCast neighbor. Just visit membership.citycast.fm for all the details. We'll be back tomorrow morning with more from around the city. Until then, see you at Slim's.